And as Uvalde residents continue to move forward from one of the worst school shootings in Texas history, many children are now having to live through the traumatic event.
But with tragedy after tragedy happening, a counselor shared ways parents can help their children cope.
The grieving process manifests itself differently in everyone. It's something that many children are figuring out after the Uvalde tragedy, with some being triggered by it.
There's always that fear, especially for children who maybe live in this area who struggle with severe anxiety, and this may be something that they really think about a lot.
Counselor Jason Adams at Peace of Mind says these tragedies cause children to live in fear.
There are children who this is a clear and present anxiety for them. They are afraid to go to school, especially in the immediate wake of something like this. They're afraid to return to school because it could happen to them.
Unfortunately, this has become a sad reality that could happen, he says. It's an even harder conversation for parents to have, but there are still ways.
Connect with this child. Try to understand what it is that they're feeling in this moment, because like I said, due to the grief process, it could be different today than it was yesterday.
Adams says keeping an open door policy between your children is how you'll connect with them. Texas A&M psychology professor Noni Gaylord-Hardin adding that parents know their children best.
And I think it's important to note that each child will respond differently, and there will also likely be different responses depending on the age of the child.
Parents noticing changes in behavior such as withdrawal, sleeping habits, or even acting out are some signs they are having trouble coping, with many still trying to process the grocery store shooting in Buffalo that happened weeks before Uvalde.
Feeling this sense of trauma and hopelessness around these issues.
Overall, being patient with your children, yourself, and just giving yourself a break from the constant cycle of information is just two of the many steps to coping with the Uvalde shooting. Both Hardin and Adams say it is a tough conversation to have with your kids to help them process the traumatic events happening around them on a constant basis.